experienced writer's block? If you have, you know that it can cause frustration, depression, anger, and some fear. Fear that you may never write again. I understand because I have been there. There were literal months where I could not sit down and write. And one of the biggest things that I've done to help with writer's block is befriend my inner editor. So today, let me share 3 ways that you can work with your inner editor to befriend them, work with them, and not against them. And be sure you stick around because the last tip is super important. Hi, my name is Jennifer Gregson. I am a tarot book coach who helps writers get over writer's block so they can get back to writing and enjoy the process and finish their novel. So I have many videos about sort of personifying that inner editor. You can check those in the cards above, but let me give you the quick rundown. What I want you to do is choose an image that sort of personifies that inner negative voice that you have. I like to use tarot cards. This is my first one that I chose out of my Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck. He just embodied that feeling of like gatekeeping that my inner negative voice had against my own creativity. Now, you don't have to use a tarot card. You can draw a picture, find a picture in a magazine, find an image on Pinterest, or just really think about what that inner negative voice would look like and put it in your head. But you need something that you can visualize as you work building a relationship with this person. Okay, so that's sort of the pre-step, right? I need you to have that personification. And like I said, I have a video about that. This is going to be building on that. This is sort of like next steps. The first thing I want you to do once you have this sort of image picked out is communicate with them. I personally started this handwritten in a journal. It's a great way to do it. But you can also type it out in a Google document or Word document, or you can just talk out loud to your image. And I do this by asking questions. Hey, inner editor. Hey, negative voice. Hey, name I've given you here. Why are you such a pain in my butt? Why are you giving me such trouble? Why do you cause me to not be able to sit down? Ask these questions and then wait for the answers. Yes, this seems silly. Yes, if you were doing this out loud and there were people in your house, they might look at you funny. But we are writers. We do this with characters, right? So personify your inner editor as a character and start asking them questions. Why are they causing you to doubt yourself? I have a theory that our inner editors are actually there to help us. They just don't know how to do it. So they latch onto the tiny bit of fear we already feel and amplify it, thinking that's going to somehow magically help us. It doesn't. This process, I feel like, opens up a communication channel between you and your inner editor so that you actually can work with each other in a way that benefits both of you. So start asking questions and get some responses back. It might be really interesting, the things that come up. My inner editor, my Mr. Hierophant, who I used to call the dude, right? He really just wanted me to make sure I didn't miss details. That's his strong suit. And when we get a little bit further, one of the things that I sort of offloaded to him. But that I was like, oh, okay, but I don't really care about that in first draft. Now we have a conversation going, right? He told me that he wanted me to make sure I didn't miss any little details, things like smells, sights, what room we were in. I am a white room writer during first draft. It's just one of those things I do. I tend to be really good at getting into the dialogue, not so much where they are in space. And my inner editor didn't really like that. That was helpful information. So get some information back, ask some more questions, get some more information back, ask some more questions. This is the communication piece. The second way to work with them is once you have that baseline communication going, ask them what they're good at. You might already have that come up, like with me, with he liked the little small details, but ask them what they're good at. Ask them what they might want to help you with. The other thing my inner editor really likes is names, and I'm not great at that. So I let my inner editor, that inner negative voice, know when I need a name, and he's really good at that. This may take a couple of writing sessions, so just maybe write down on a post-it note, hey, let me know over the next couple of days things you're really good at. And as you write, maybe listen for that voice that says, hey, I'm good at this. Let me try this. Or, hey, this is something I can help you with. Or, hey, I notice you're frustrated. This is something I can help with. I know it seems really weird, but we have that inner voice being mean to us all the time. Maybe we should start listening to it as it wants to help us, as it's being more positive. And the third sort of tip or way to use this inner editor voice, the thing that I think is really important to understand, is that this process takes time and will change and grow over the course of your writing career. So, I probably did this 10 years ago when I was stuck with my very, very first book, and that's when I chose this card. Our relationship has changed so much over that decade, and I got a new deck a while ago, the Way of the Panda Tarot, and when I get a new deck, I tend to look through it, and as soon as I saw the Hierophant card in that deck, I knew this was the new version of my relationship with my inner editor. There's that rainbow. I love bright colors, if you can't tell. There's just something so warm about him. He's very fatherly. There's something more supportive about this card rather than this card. And I will tell you that's exactly how my relationship with my inner editor has changed. This process is not going to be easy, and it's not going to be straightforward. You're going to need to learn how to work with your inner voice, your negative voice that tells you you're not good enough. You need to figure out what shorthand works. My dude, and I literally call him dude, I can now say out loud before I sit down to write, hey dude, I'm writing first draft. I probably won't need you, but stick around for names, right? I am in second draft mode right now with my third novel, and when I sit down to write, I say, hey dude, this is where I'm going to need you to help me with setting. How does a circus smell? What kind of things would be around? What other details can you help me with as I work on second draft? Because I need to fill those white rooms now. You may need to write it down every time. You may need to say, hey, inner editor, I'm doing first draft today, and this is what I need your help with. And as those negative voices keep coming up as you write, you can stop and go, inner editor, we talked about this. What are you trying to tell me? And maybe you need to write out a little bit of what they're trying to tell you, just so that they feel important, they feel heard. Because like I said at the beginning, I really think our inner negative voices are there for a reason. They just don't know how to communicate it. And it's partly our job to figure that out. It's partly our job to learn how we can communicate with them. By using this process over the last decade, I have really combated a lot of fears and imposter syndrome around my writing. And when those fears come back up, I have a process that I can feel those fears, I can communicate them with my inner editor, and we can have a conversation, and I can get back to writing quicker. If you'd like to try this for yourself, go back to some of my other inner editor videos, or let me know in the comments below, because I might have something at the beginning of next year that will definitely help, and I would love to get you onto my list so that you know when that's coming up. Also beware that it is very soon Preptober and NaNoWriMo, and I will be having videos all of October and November around that process, so hit the subscribe button and join me. I hope you have a lovely, lovely day. And